Side by side.
Side by side. Good. Do parallel lines ever cross each other?
No.
No. Good. I'm glad we know that. So what are my two parallel lines in this diagram? J and K. They're both completely flat, like the lanes of a road, go in the same direction. They will never ever touch. So J and K are my parallel lines. What do we think we can call this line M then? Line M is a transversal. J and K are parallel lines that are being sliced down the middle by a transversal. I don't think you have highlighters, but that's okay. We're going to get some markers in a second. So line M is a transversal. We can write this in. Lines J and K are parallel. The line that cuts through them, line M, is a transversal. Now I want you to think of these two parallel lines like a road. We've got a little car here. It's a pretty ugly car, but you can see this car kind of driving on this road. You got to stay in between the lines when you're driving, right? And our transversal we can think of, I don't know, like a crosswalk, okay, where you cross the road. Okay? So this car has to stay in between those two lines, which means that above line J and below line K, those are the exterior is what we're going to call that. Exterior. So angles 1, 2, 7, and 8 we can call exterior angles. Okay, if you think of the car in the middle of those two lanes, my two angles that are outside of that lane on the top exterior are 1 and 2. Everybody see that? How angles 1 and 2 are on the exterior? And on the bottom of my lane, angles 7 and 8 are on the exterior. They are outside of that driving lane. Lean, go ahead. Give me a thumbs up if you see that right off the bat. We have 4 angles in the exterior here. Give me a thumb up if that makes sense. No? Maybe it'll make sense when we take a look at the interior. That's in between these two lines. So angles 3, 4, 5, and 6 are interior angles. If we look between the two parallel lines, which we've identified that we have, if we look in between them, all those angles are interior angles. So when we're talking about interior versus exterior in a second, just know that we mean inside or in between the two parallel lines, and then outside on the exterior of those two parallel lines. Does that work? Okay. That's what we got to understand first. We've got the exterior, we've got the interior. Okay, now we can be a little bit more specific. If we're looking at just angles 1 and 8, here's angle 1. You don't need different colors for this. We're going to do that in a second. Angles 1 and angle 8. Are those interior angles or exterior angles? Exterior angles. And now we're going to qualify it with this. They can either be on the same side of my crosswalk or my transversal, or they could be on alternate sides. So if I look, there's my transversal. Angle 1 is on the left of my transversal. Angle 8 is on the right of my transversal. One is above, one is below. They're both on the exterior, so we call them alternate exterior angles. Bless you. They're on all alternate sides of the crosswalk, but they're both on the exterior of our traffic lane. Alternate exterior angles. What questions can I answer about that? Does that kind of make sense? Yeah? They're both on the exterior. One's on one side of the transversal, one's on the other. Alternate exterior angles. If we look at angles 3 and 6, here's angle 3, there's angle 6. Are those interior angles or exterior angles? Interior angles. Are they on the same side of that yellow line, or are they on alternate sides of the yellow line? Alternate. So we're going to call them alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 6 are both in between my driving lane. They're on the interior. Angle 3 is to the left of my transversal. Angle 6 is to the right of my transversal. So they're on alternate sides, but they're both on the interior. Now let's look at angles 3 and 5. Here's angle 3. There's angle 5. Are those interior angles or exterior angles? They're on the inside. They're on the interior. But if we take a look at these ones now, in purple, angles 3 and 5 are both to the left of my transversal. So they're interior angles, but they're not alternate. They're on the same side. So we call them same side interior angles. This is going to take a couple days, so don't feel too overwhelmed about this right now. We're just going to get the introduction today. We'll break it down more and explore it throughout the week. Angles 2 and 6 now. Angle 2 and angle 6. Here's angle, let me get a good color. Here's angle 2. Here's angle 6. Are angles 2 and 6 interior or exterior? Both. 2 was on the exterior. 6 is on the interior. Are they on alternate sides of the transversal or the same side of our transversal? Same side. They're both to the right or below it. So we can't call them interior or exterior because we have one of each and they're on the same side. Those are called, this is always the one that confuses people the most, corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. And next to this, I want you to write translation. Because corresponding angles are kind of like a translation. We remember translations, right? If I have my slide here and I draw out angle 6, here's angle 6. Remember, a translation, we're not turning it, we're not flipping it, we're just sliding it around. So if I take my angle 6 here and I slide it along that transversal, boom, I hit angle 2. I didn't have to turn it around to get angle 7. I didn't have to flip it or anything like that. All I did was translate angle 6 all the way up to angle 2. One on the interior, one on the exterior, but they're on the same side. And last but not least, angles 1 and 4. This one's easy because we know this already. These are vertical angles. Angles 1 and 4. Here's angle 1. There's angle 4. We can see that they are on opposite sides of that X shape that is formed. We should be experts on identifying vertical angles by now, but we'll get some more practice with this as we move through this lesson.